You guys, I really, really like this poster. Because it's sparkly. See that? It's sparkly like a gay club. Can't you hear that Lady Gaga in the background? Do not budge. So true. So true. I think that I've, like, shown you a bunch of these posters, but I'm, like, going through them again because I want to. I love this. You know how they say that abortion is murder? I actually don't agree with that. But I do think it's manslaughter. Well, manslaughter is when you unintentionally kill something. So I would say that, like, yeah, I would like to believe that women aren't purposely having irresponsible sex. But, yeah. Like, it's crazy to me that they would get offended by that. But if you think about it, like, say you get behind the wheel of a car and you hit a dog and you just, like, drive away. Say you do this when you're drunk. Say you do this when you're just, I don't know, a woman, and you're just a really terrible driver. And, okay, come on, sit on my lap, honey. Or no, I guess you can't, because I have a keyboard now. You missed your chance. But, yeah, say you do something that you don't mean to do, but you drive away and act like it didn't happen. Yeah, that's kind of how I see abortion, which I guess is probably why women are like, shout your abortion. So maybe we should start saying shout your man too, shout your manslaughter. Remember that time that you ran over that dog and you just drove away like nothing happened? Shout about it now, you know? Like, I think it makes sense. People are so afraid to offend women. And what's funny about that is that, like, with feminism, it's creating all these really weak men. There are a lot of dangerous men out there, and women need protection from them. And with this bullshit idea that, oh, women and men are equal, okay, that's just, it's so retarded, because, like, if that were true, then a man couldn't hold down a woman and force her to have sexual intercourse. A man couldn't stalk a woman and make her fear for her life. Men are biologically stronger and psychologically as well, unless they have borderline personality disorder. And so, yeah, in a lot of ways, men have been brutalized, you know, by our society, but also by the women that raised them. And they are overtaken by the anima inside of their head, the female archetype, and he'll probably kill himself. So, you know, if he doesn't do that with, like, drugs and alcohol, he'll do that with stupid politics. He'll do that with allowing some terrible woman into his life that will just completely ruin him. And so the fact that you have men standing up for abortion, it's such a sad day in our society. Like, suicide. Because think about, like, a baby that's growing and developing inside of her womb. Like, any man that's gonna stand up for her right to kill it, like, what if that's his baby? Like, I mean, he's not much of a man if he's gonna support something like that. And I understand that, like, oh, well, we don't want to tell people what to do and all that. Yeah, I get that. But also, irresponsibility is not cool. And I think that we live in a world that is totally fine with everybody being reckless and not caring about how those actions are going to negatively impact themselves even, but especially others. And so I get why people would make the case of like, well, I'm not fit for that, or it's not time for me to do that. Well, then you need to take matters into your own hands and stop getting upset that other people aren't doing shit for you, especially if you call yourself a feminist. Like, to me, feminism means taking care of yourself in relation to like your body. So if you want to say my body, my choice, you know, back to the whole, where is it? If it's your body, why don't you know how it works? Yeah, so it's like, I guess, just as an unabashedly mentally ill person, like, I've always wanted to understand, like, my brain. I've always wanted to understand, like, why I was experiencing things the way that I was. And there's never been a time when I've ever had sex where I thought to myself that, like, oh, well, I don't need to worry about pregnancy. I don't need to worry about, the whole prospect of, like, being a potential mother, you know? Like, that was always something that I would be, like, obsessing about until I started bleeding again, you know? So, I don't know, and I was pretty careful. Like, I was really, really careful. But I just don't understand how, if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to be a mom, like, you have no excuse to be so naive and irresponsible, you know? It's like people that shoot up heroin and they get HIV, or they're gay and they go out, and you don't have to be gay, by the way, but a lot of gay men will whine about getting AIDS. I'm like, you're fucking random people. Like, what the hell do you expect? Like, if you're gonna have sex with a total stranger, like, these are the consequences of your actions, you know? And that's the whole thing. Like, we've created a suicide that revolves around irresponsible people making really bad decisions and then whining about it and then expecting our lawmakers to just take care of it. And that's just stupid. Now, I hate lawmakers. I hate the system. I hate Washington, D.C. I wish that Washington, D.C. would just be taken out, you know? But it's just stupid. Like, I can hate multiple things at the same time. I can hate the whole system, but I can also hate all the people that keep making demands on the system as if the system is going to fix them, you know? Okay, you can go back out there. Go on. Go on. Is that what you want? Why are you scratching at the door? But yeah, it's like, I'm a really reasonable person. I am. I might say things that make it sound like I'm way too extreme or fascist or what have you. But like, I'm really not that extreme. I mean, I'm just saying shit, okay? At the same time, like, if we actually lived in a civilization that was the slightest bit civilized, we wouldn't just tolerate people making bad decisions all the time and then whining about it. There needs to be steep penalties for lying. There needs to be steep penalties for authority figures that take advantage of that. Now, of course, like, this is like a pipe dream because, remember, in our world, it's run by Freemasons and Jews and Jesuits, so, you know, we can't expect much. But if we lived in a world that wasn't controlled by Freemasons, Jews, and Jesuits, then yeah, like, this could be something that we could strive for. But I guess this is why, like, I spend most of my time living inside of my head, because yeah, I don't expect much from the world, and I think that the people that do are just next level brainwashed. And you can be on either side and be next level brainwashed, okay? It's like they're fighting over it. They're fighting over, like, who's more brainwashed, you know, or who's worse. But and tributary. Right? Right? Anyway. I have such a fucking headache. I know I have a headache because I ate fake meat earlier today. And I ate fake meat because, my parents, they live in this retirement community and, the dinner that they had, I know it was fucking fake because I've had inflammation ever since I ate that shit. Because I've been having, body aches and now my head hurts. I don't know, I might just be dying.